So I mean, are you tapped in? Are you invested?
Let's see how it goes. But I think I could hang it. I think I could rock.
So I got the entire card. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a match on the board. When I put this match on the board, I just need you to give me your prediction. This is the first match that I have for you. Looking at this image, I need you to tell me who do you think is going to win the match.
Oh, Damian Priest and Gunther. Okay. All right. So before I make my prediction, I want to give my flowers and my kudos to Damian Priest because this guy definitely stepped up, you know, the level, the prestige of the World Heavyweight Championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely did his thing. Every match, even his promos are getting better. So I definitely got to show him love for that. But with that being said, this is going to be tough. I kind of want to say Damien's gonna win because of a fuck finish. Because the only reason why I say he's gonna win is because the next one is gonna be Bash at the Beach. I mean Bash at Berlin. Right. Bash at Berlin. Oh, there goes my freaking mail. So, Bash at Berlin. Gunther is from Austria, which is nearby Germany. So that might be like a win, like a home win or something. So that's why I think Damien is going to win on a fuck finish from like Finn Balor, and that could start off the rivalry between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I think that's going to play in that role. So I want to. I feel like Gunther gonna win, but that bash at Berlin is on my brain. So
You don't think that he can go for a like he can take a loss, he could take the L here, and then Cody might be who he goes after?
I don't think he's gonna go after Cody simply because Gunther is on the Raw brand and Cody's on the SmackDown brand. So yeah, so that's the reason why. And not to mention Gunther might have a future rivalry with Ilya Dragunov. So because of that, they're gonna probably gonna keep him on Raw. Um, I really I'm gonna say Damien's gonna win, but put it on record that I really have a gut feeling that Gunther will pull it off. But the only reason why I think say Damien's gonna win because it might be a fuck finish, and then there's gonna be the second matchup between Damien and Gunther at Bash at Berlin, and that's where he's gonna win the championship.
All
That's
right, so you're going with Damien or Gunther.
I think I'm gonna go with Damien.
Next up on the card, this is basically on shuffle. It doesn't matter, just on shuffle, because I'm pretty sure you're like, why would I put this one next? But hey, it
I
is what it is. We're going
I
for the gusto.
good so far, man. So yeah, bring it.
All right, next up we have.
This is the headline match of the main event. Why is this the headline match of the main event? Because Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, come on, camera. The tribal chief is coming back. So Cody's gonna win. I don't think they're gonna give the championship to Solo because Solo's not even the most charismatic person in his own group. That goes to Jacob Fatu. And earlier tonight on SmackDown, they now changed it to bloodline rules. So now it's bloodline. You're gonna get some interference.
So okay, do you think SummerSlam is the one where we see a lot of people? I mean, are we doing bloodline rules? But do you have any suspicion that we're going to get more than Roman Reigns, or we're just going to get Roman Reigns, or we're not going to get Roman Reigns at all?
It's not going to be as many people as WrestleMania. That's not going to happen. Like you're not going to get as many like interferences like WrestleMania. WrestleMania is by itself. You're probably going to one. I would say two people, one or two people, and one of them will be a return. The other one is going to be somebody you already know. Maybe more than that because Randy's not on the card. Kevin Owens not on the card. DIY just lost the tag team champions to Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, and that was a fuckery right there too. So they might get in there. but I would say about 2 of them gonna get in. And I think Roman's gonna come back after the match because ain't no way Roman's gonna help Cody. That's not gonna happen. So I'm saying Cody's gonna win because Cody can't take a loss. I'm just gonna say it like that. Cody loses, that whole WrestleMania story means shit. Like Roman had the title for almost 4 years. For Cody's title reign to even mean anything, he has to run it for a whole year. You take it off him in SummerSlam, that shit that was a waste of time, and we don't
Mm-hmm.
have time. So Cody
But
gonna win.
we got it. But we have to get ready for a Survivor Series. We have to get ready for a Survivor Series.
This is going to kick off Survivor Series because Roman's gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that. Now, if he doesn't come back, I won't be surprised. I'm not because you not just have Basher Berlin, you have Bad Blood in Atlanta. So there's a couple opportunities that Roman could come back. So I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be disappointed. That's basically what I want to say. I'm not gonna be surprised if Roman don't come back, but I'm expecting Roman to come back at SummerSlam, and I'm expecting to come back like after the match because he's not gonna help Cody. No, that's not gonna happen. So my prediction is gonna be Cody Rhodes. He gonna win, and we're gonna see a couple. We're gonna see some interferences. We're gonna see some returns. We're gonna see some. Go see some returns. And we're gonna see some shocks. What I would say, hmm, don't be surprised if Randy turns
On Cody,
on Cody.
where's Kevin Owens?
Storyline, he's out because remember the Bloodline attacked Randy Orton and Kevin Owens on SmackDown and took him off TV. They're not really injured, but
I
they're
don't know. That's the scary part. I hate to add MCU to wrestling, but the scary thing I'm going through right now mentally for my expectations is that you take out Randy, you take out Kevin, and then you just bring him back for SummerSlam and you save money on bringing back a big return. I personally don't think Roman's coming back tomorrow. I don't think Roman coming back tomorrow. It'll be point. I mean, for Roman to come back and only be gone for 100 days, 100+ days, um, I think it'll be so much. It'll mean so much more if he comes back closer to being gone longer than just a couple months, a few months.
I,
So I think you're going to get Kevin Owens and you're going to get Randy Orton, and that's it. And
that
then, but the Randy turn would be ideal, but a Randy turn is going to cost Cody to lose his belt. So I feel like Randy will come, Kevin will come, and they'll help him win the match. And then maybe after the match, possibly Randy will turn on um, Cody.
that's how I see it. I think Randy. You're right. I think Randy's gonna turn on Cody after the match because Cody needs a real valuable feud after the Bloodline. Cody's whole, I want to say his entire existence. Let me take that back. But for the longest, his only feud is with the Bloodline, and now he got Bloodline 2.0. You know what I'm saying? So that Cody Randy feud is gonna feed generations. We need to start that at some point. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great place to start it at SummerSlam.
But then you have Randy going. That's just so because then you have Randy going out. With Randy going out, now you're doing the. He needs one more belt. He needs one more title. Why would you waste that? He doesn't win. Randy passing the torch to Cody is ridiculous. And then that feud might carry. That feud is bigger than the next pay per view or the next PLE. Then you have, well, if you're going to drag it off, then you're not going to get that John Cena Randy at WrestleMania.
You might because think about it, right? All right,
Ooh, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead. I got you.
because that Cody Randy feud, right? If we start it now, that even though it's gonna feed generations, I don't think it's gonna last all the way till Las Vegas because I don't think that's gonna happen. So if you want that John Cena Randy feud, we're gonna have to start it now, and it's gonna end somewhere around Survivor Series, something like that, right? And that's when you start to build with John Cena and Randy Orton. So that's what I think. If you want that to happen.
We're gonna have to talk about this after
Sure.
uh, SummerSlam because we had what. So what I was saying with the Marvel and wrestling thing is, with Marvel we build our anticipation. We go see the movie and it's like that's not what I'm saying. Like that's not how I would have done it.
Pointed.
So
I
we
know.
can we can build so many scenarios to where we're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what should happen because it's just our minds playing tricks on us. So we can't really speculate too much on it until we have that actual end result of today's, whenever you're watching this, of SummerSlam 2024.
I'm just
So let's just,
that we can do scenarios like this because once upon a time, WWE and wrestling was so fucking predictable that I ain't even want to fucking watch that shit. Now for the fact we have different scenarios in every single match, damn near every single match. Hey man, that's what they're there for. Give me something I don't expect. I ain't gonna be disappointed. You still got my dollars.
all right. Next up on the card, we have random shuffle. Boom.
Ooh. Why did my gut say Bayley when I really want to say Nia?
Because Nia's going to win this.
Nia's gonna win. Nia's gonna win. This is the match for Nia to win because she was a botch queen, okay, drawing go away heat. She went away, worked on herself, came back, and for the very most part, improved in pretty much every single category. You gotta give her props, dog. Like, we shit on people when they do bad, but when they do good, you gotta give them props. And I gotta give Nia Jax some props. And it makes sense. It makes sense for her to be, to reward her for the work that she's putting in. And not to mention Bailey's title reign. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The greatest part of her title reign is her cheeks. It,
Okay.
it
All
ain't.
right.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, Bailey. I love you, but yo, can you tell me a memorable match during her title reign from WrestleMania till now?
I'm not going to try to make a joke out of this. I can't even tell you who she's wrestled after her, she won a title at WrestleMania.
See my point? See my point?
Has she even so how many PLEs has it been since WrestleMania 3?
Backlash, King of the Ring, I think and Money in the Bank. And now this is something
Was she at Money in the Bank?
I
I don't think she was.
don't think so. Gotta look that up. Might have to look
Was
that
she
up.
at King of the Ring?
She definitely was at one of them. When in doubt, go Google it.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I mean, needless to say, the Bayley run has been boring. But that's the problem with the WWE women's division. It's always boring. Um, because of the other, I'll bring it up later, but because of
oh,
the
I forgot
other match,
Castle. So, let me see. At Backlash, she defeated Naomi and Stratton, and she beat Piper Niven at Clash at the Castle. Those were her title defenses. Yeah,
didn't e- didn't even see it. Yeah, I didn't even see it.
and then
Um,
Bayley and Naomi. Hold on, we got Bayley and Naomi, and then we got okay. So she beat Io Sky. She beat Naomi. No contest to Naomi. Triple threat at Backlash and Clash at the Castle. Yeah. So only like title defenses on PLEs. Nia's gonna win.
yeah, I mean, I feel like you're feeding Bayley to Nia at this point, and I mean, Nia showed so much improvement on her return. There's a story built around Nia. I think that going into this season, it going to a heel, that belt going to a heel is only right. Bayley has served her purpose as the title champion right now. Uh, yeah, I'm going with Nia. I shouldn't even say nothing because this is your thing, but yeah, I'm going with Nia too. Next up, we have
Shit.
next up we have random shuffle. Boom.
Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker. I, yeah. I'll be shocked.
Nothing to say. Good. Yeah, because like I said, I got to hold minds for like when I got to do my thing. So Bron Breaker, nothing more to talk about. Next up, we have another easy landslide. Let's see what we got.
LA Knight. Gotta be. Gotta be LA Knight. I mean, I get it, Logan Paul in his hometown, but he got booed in his hometown. And the promo, oh my god. Yo, SmackDown today was funny as fuck, yo. So Logan had his appreciation night. He got booed, and then he was like, "I'm gonna hang, my championship rafter in this arena because I'm the most successful Clevelander out here." And then when he unveiled the rafter, it got defaced with the word "yeah" across that shit. And then LA Knight came out, and he's like, "Motherfucker, you ain't even from Cleveland. You from Westlake." Exposed the shit out of him. And he's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go get another banner. I'll be right back. And then stole his truck. This shit was hilarious. So that means he don't even get heat in his hometown. It ain't even really his hometown. And LA Knight deserves it. He deserves it. We gotta see him as US champion. And Logan Paul is the most part-time champion of all time. 2 title defenses in what, a year? That's worse than Roman Reigns. That's worse than Brock Lesnar. Nah, LA Knight. LA Knight. Logan Paul, he doesn't even have time to do WWE anymore. He filled his dream. He did his thing. Next. Oh! First of all, Liv Morgan is eye candy like a mug. But this is a discussion right here, Bess. This is a discussion right here. This feud can really headline SummerSlam if we really let it. If this was the main event at SummerSlam, nobody would bat an eye. Because this
Mm-hmm.
this storyline is crazy.
Mm.
This storyline cannot stop at SummerSlam.
Mm-mm.
Not. So I'm gonna make a logical prediction. Liv Morgan is going to retain because of Dominic.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. This is what I'm wrestling with. I don't know if Dominic is going to cost Rhea the match by mistake, or if he's gonna really purposely turn on Rhea and join with Liv. That I don't know. But
Okay.
regardless of what happens, Liv is going to win this match because this feud is going to continue and is going to end at Bad Blood. So Liv has to win this one to keep the feud going.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. All right. Next up, we have. Well, no. I'm sorry. Lastly, we have.
Oh, whew. Again, that match can headline this shit. This feud is feeding motherfucking families, dog. This shit crazy, dog. CM Punk was on ESPN today, man. Shit was crazy. Ooh, I don't know. Because I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll tell you the end result of this feud. Bad blood, hell in a cell. Gotta be. It gotta be.
Mm,
It gotta
mm.
be. Hmm. In my brain, I'm thinking I'm wrestling either between CM Punk either going to win or there won't be a winner at all because Seth Rollins is gonna fuck up the whole thing. This match is beautiful because all right, CM Punk is the overwhelming face, Drew is the heel, but you can take either side because they wronged each other, and it's very known that Seth Rollins hates both of them. He hates CM Punk and Drew. He even said that on Raw this past week. He's like, if anybody hates CM Punk more than you, Drew, it's me. But if anybody hates you more than you, Drew, or CM Punk, or he hates both of them at the same time. So I could see Seth Rollins beating up both of them and match. Like, do you remember? Okay, I'm gonna bring back a real throwback. I'm really gonna test your gangster on this wrestling shit. Do you remember one of the earliest episodes of SmackDown when it was Triple H versus British Bulldog and The Rock was the referee?
Yeah.
One, two, it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't
Rock
matter if the Rock counts to 3.
beat both of them the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm having a feeling that's what Seth gonna do.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see. Actually, I want to see that. I ain't even. I can see that happening. That's what I feel like is going to happen. I think that the Drew CM Punk situation. I don't want to see a winner. I'm cool and comfortable with two people that I can't tell if this is bleeding the lines or not. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is breaking the wall. I mean, breaking the ceiling, the glass ceiling, or the what's the term? The fourth wall. I
Yeah.
don't know if Drew and CM Punk really don't like each other, and I don't know if Seth and CM Punk really don't like each other. I don't know. Like it's so intertwined with real story, real life events that I can't tell if they're just keeping their cool because they're employed to do so. I don't know. I don't know if they go behind the corner, behind the curtain and high five and say, yo, we really did that. Or do they literally have to go behind the curtain in separate, like in separate ways because they just don't have any interaction. I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, I saw CM Punk's interview on First Take. He looked like he really don't like Drew, dog. Like either he's a really good seller or he just don't like him. And that's why this feud is feeding generations. This feud started in January, and the first time they're fighting is tomorrow. This shit is fucking awesome. And there's no title on the line. It's just great.
But to sell the Money in the Bank briefcase scenario, I feel like that's just them giving us good wrestling.
I agree.
Because I just can't see them awarding Drew with the Money in the Bank and then saying, go out there, cash in an hour later, and we're going to have CM Punk just interrupted. And Drew just like, cool, cool. Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Other than him saying, cool, cool. I like that because that helps build the story. Now we saw Matt and what was it? Matt and Edge. I mean, though I'm just using a more recent. They really don't like each other scenario,
Oh yeah.
but the storyline was far more serious than this because of the real life situation that was happening.
I
But
think
even
they really fought in the ring, right?
yeah, I don't see them
Crazy.
like I don't see Drew and CM Punk having a squabble. You know what I'm saying? Like I really, when I see like CM Punk and Drew and all that, even when Drew was getting pummeled by CM Punk at Money in the Bank, you could tell CM Punk is pulling his punches. Like that, if anything, that was a real time where it's like, no, we as fans can dissect. Like, no, that's real punch. Like that's a real punch. Look at it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't remember, it looked just like it does every other Monday night and Friday night. It didn't look like a internet breaking moment. I think this is just good cinema, but I just can't tell if there's some animosity there because out of nowhere, how the storyline started even back in January, I felt like that only started because they needed a storyline to take him out so Cody can go towards WrestleMania. So Cody's going towards WrestleMania. We're gonna have a feud with Drew. It just so happened that Drew injured CM Punk, right? Didn't Drew injure CM Punk? So that helps. And if you're gonna tell me that CM Punk all of a sudden just does not like Drew McIntyre at all because he caused an injury, then you're gonna make me believe like, okay, well, is the Rhea and Liv situation real? Because didn't Liv injure Rhea? So like some people take it better than others, I guess. I don't know. Like I have no idea what's going. That's the only match where I'm just really anxious to see how it's going to play out because I think it's three people in the ring that are either really good at this or they really don't like each other.
And I'm gonna add on to that. Let me add some Goya spice onto this, John. We are on pins and needles because of CM Punk's health. Because
Fact.
because he's known as being fragile Punk for the
Yeah.
last years. Every time he's at that cusp and of making a big moment, he gets hurt and he's out again. This is the first time he's going to wrestle a one-on-one match. Is he going to get hurt again today? I mean, tomorrow. That
Mm-hmm.
is what we're waiting on as well. That's
Yeah.
another reason why this match is so crazy.
Yeah, and I don't want to see like if you're going to say that every time CM Punk gets in the ring, that there's a worry, a fear, a precaution of him getting injured again. I don't want to see him wrestle because to come back to the WWE and you're back, you're here, and you are just a myth because you never returned the same as you did when you left. That's scary because this next injury, I really feel like if he gets injured again, then let's just go ahead and make you a what they call it, like a dynasty superstar, whatever it is, legend or something. Like let's just make you the guy that pops up, talks on the mic, and just leave because I don't want to see you come back and now you got to ride out into the sunset injured because you just don't have it.
Let's recap. Like, what was it, a few years ago? AEW Championship, beating Hangman Adam Page, who another person he didn't like. That shit was crazy. And then he jumped into the fans and broke his foot and gotta like, be a part-time champion. And then you got the suspension with the all out brawl. Then he comes back and what? Some more fuckery with AEW, left the company. Then you come back for the Royal Rumble, and then in the Royal Rumble get hurt again. Like, dog, for 2 years we haven't had full version Punk. So now we're watching SummerSlam against a really good thoroughbred, really good talented Drew McIntyre that hurt him. That's another thing. And bro, if he gets hurt tomorrow, we all praying to our gods that he don't get hurt tomorrow. If he gets hurt tomorrow, that's a nail in the coffin, and he knows that. Phil Brooks knows that shit. So another reason why I think CM Punk was kind of like low demeanor at first take, because I think he's anxious himself because he knows this is the last straw. This is the last straw, and this is a feud that is high. Like nobody could get hurt in this.
Yeah, there's three potential main event matches that are happening at SummerSlam. The already headlining one with Cody and the Bloodline, the Rhea and Liv, and then you have the Drew. And it's funny, like in the old days, the good old Jim Ross and King days, they would push it. Three main event show, three main event show. Now we're in a world or a time or a season where I don't even you'll mess around and put the Drew and CM Punk match on first. Like you I don't know what the first card is going to be. We don't have a pre-show, do we? We
I,
have to have a pre-show. I feel like we have to because it's four. This is part of the big four. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you won't have a pre-show.
I'm sure you're gonna have a pre-show because it's part of the Big Four.
Yeah, you got the tag team championship that just happened. Uh,
Seeing the formula, you're gonna have one of those main events kick it off because that's what they always do.
yeah, so I'm thinking Drew or CM Punk is going to start the show or Liv and
Rhea.
Rhea. And I think the reason why I might lean a little bit more towards Liv and Rhea is because of the Damian scenario. We're going to
Oh,
start seeing, if we're going to start seeing that demise, then Rhea might have something to do with that. Like she might come out when something is happening with Finn. Something's going to happen. You got to get that space. So I think it's safe to put the Liv and Rhea match on first, so you can give her time to kind of like ice the wounds. You know what I'm saying? So she can come back out later.
I'm predicting Damian and Gunther gonna start it because that grew into a main event caliber match too.
Do you really think that grew that's main event match right there?
It grew to that. I'm
Yeah. I am not going to. I'm really shocked at how protected they've been over Damian. I thought Damian was going to be a transition champion. Damian has wrestled at every pay-per-view since he won his belt. And every pay-per-view where I thought Damian was going to lose, Damian won in a realistic way. You know, it wasn't like he's not doing the cheap heel thing. Like, he's actually a good champion. And I would hate to see him lose his belt tomorrow. I would hate to see him lose his belt because he earned it. They showed something on either WWE YouTube channel or maybe even Twitter, where when he won the belt, like, he went backstage and got hugs and handshakes from everybody, and they were like happy for him. It wasn't just one of those things where you gave it to maybe R-Truth or something. I know that's way off, but you know, you gave it to R-Truth, and it's more so like a funny ha inside joke behind the curtain thing. Like, Damian really earned that, and they're really protecting him. So for him to go against Gunther tomorrow, and it's just, you know,
even The Rock gave him props at wrestling.
Exactly. Yeah, like, I want to see Damian hold that longer than just spring summer season. I would like to see Damian lose it way on. And I don't think Gunther deserves just to get another belt because he built one other belt up. You know, he got the Intercontinental Championship he had it for how long?
666 days.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, you had that belt for a long time, so now we just give you the other belt because we want the same thing to happen. No, I think Gunther should be back on the card, helping build stories. But for him to get that belt, now you get that belt. Now I'm going to instantly want Damian to get it back. Or for the mere fact of, who are you going to go against, really? Gunther, you got the belt, so you buried Damian. Or however it goes. Like, you won, that story with Damian is over. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same thing I was saying to you when we was outside of SmackDown. If Cody wins the belt, and I said this to you, Cody wins the belt, now what? I don't want to see him wrestle anybody that's in there because that belt has been built so high already. And you're looking at it. He got the belt, and ever since that, he fought AJ Styles in a very it wasn't a 5-star match. It wasn't. I wasn't jumping all over the place looking at stuff. There was some highlights of the match, but it didn't give what, like, must see. I have to go watch it. I heard it was a, like, a good thing.
It was solid. It was for the old school wrestling folks. It was solid.
At the end of the year, when it's 2025 and they're giving out Slammies, do you think they're going to bring up AJ versus Cody at Backlash?
Puncher's chance. Possible, but not probable.
So if we're going to do that, then nah, it really wasn't. I never watched that match again. I saw that match at Backlash. I was more hype about the crowd, going crazy, making the camera shake when, they were chanting AJ. That was more the highlight than the match.
Yeah, that added to the match. That's why I say it's a chance.
And not to mention the crowd was doing that during the match.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The crowd made that match watchable. But when we're looking at Dave Meltzer and anything, I would love to see what Dave Meltzer said about it, or like real wrestling fans. We're still talking about the Cody and Roman Reigns match at WrestleMania, and nothing kind of like matched that. I know we're, Undertaker, all that stuff was involved, but I just don't see the Cody reign is not good. This reign with Damian is just so much better to me than Cody's. Cody's story is at the top because he has the belt that warrants that.
Right.
But Damian has the real sauce with the champion, the fighting champion. And I want him to beat Gunther tomorrow. Today, tomorrow, whatever.
Doing it as a heel. Like, that's what I like about the stories of this era of WWE. It's not just one type of heel. There's different types of heels now. Like, this dude is fighting on his own and beating people as a heel, which is now going to add to his face turn. Because it's gonna happen.
I don't see
it happen already.
Yeah, I don't see the story of that group, that faction carrying on to even Survivor Series. Break it up. It's you've had so many sub stories within that faction that you can already see it's not as jailed as it used to be. Carlito, you guys brought Carlito back and just shuffled the crap out of his name. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even give you the name of the little guy. I don't even know what that guy's name is.
Oh, JD McNugget.
Are you serious?
It's JD McDonough, but I'm giving him.
Oh, see, I'm like, okay, if that's the name, let's run with it. I have no idea.
I just
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm very excited for SummerSlam. I'm going to be sitting in my seat. We're probably going to do this again in another few hours, once it's all over, or probably while it's on. I don't know. But I wanted to get people on here because as I was doing my reactions and our prediction videos in the past, I kind of had a lot of knowledge going into it. I had no idea what's happening. None.
But Damian, like, I really am happy about Damian. I don't want him to lose the belt, bro. I really don't. I could see him losing the belt at Berlin because, yeah, I could see it because, I mean, Gunther being world champion, I could see that happening. I really could, but not at SummerSlam. I would say, like, because Berlin is the right place to do it. If he doesn't win at Berlin, I don't see him winning it till WrestleMania. So it depends on what direction that the WWE is going to take with Gunther. But I also know that they're definitely protecting Damian Priest because, like I said, he earned it, you know? And a SummerSlam victory is definitely going to cement his title reign as very respectable and probably one of the most respectable in the last couple of years, and he deserves that. So a win against Gunther?
It wouldn't hurt him to take this pin tomorrow. It wouldn't hurt him. It
Well,
actually help him because
well,
he can start on his redemption arc again.
right. Whoever
Yeah.
loses, it's not going to hurt because the one thing that people are respecting about this match and there's another reason why I say this is a fourth main event, is because you see these two guys work their way up from where they from to where they at now. Well, I'm not just talking about Damien about how he worked his way up. I'm also talking about Gunther, who used to be Walter, who was big, who was
Facts.
big.
Yeah, he had his character built a long time ago. We forgot about it.
Right, like a big rock, and then he worked his way from NXT, took an Intercontinental title that was laughable, and made it the most prestigious title outside those two world championships, and like shattered Honky Tonk's record. Like we don't even talk about that record anymore because he shattered it by a mile and a half. Like, dude, these two wrestlers are highly respectable at this point, to the point where when that match starts, people are going to be like this.
Just for the record, I want to make sure that I did this. There is a possibility. We're all kind of like not gonna say nothing, but I just want to say this because if I say this and it works, then I can have my moment. Brock can come back tomorrow. Sorry. Why can't he? That's all. That's. I'll leave you with that. Why can't he come back tomorrow? Why can't Brock be at SummerSlam tomorrow?
What you just did is Matthew Stafford at the end of the game with 2 seconds left throwing a Hail Mary. That's what you
Hmm?
just did. Is it going to be a touchdown to win the game? We're going to find out because
Yeah.
you're saying, why can't he? Okay.
Why can't he?
Yeah,
Brock probably has more SummerSlam returns than anybody.
the Vince
Uh,
McMahon scandal, which is still apparent in most people's minds,
mhm,
okay? Brock does not like to work with anybody that's not Vince McMahon.
mhm.
And he is really enjoying life watching his daughter wrestle in their hometown in Minnesota or North Dakota, where they up there. So that's
She did
three big reasons why I don't think Brock is coming back.
just for views and clicks, clickbait. I'm here saying that Brock Lesnar. If you start that Brock Lesnar story with Gunther tomorrow, all is good. And I think you save money. I think you save money and build story if Brock is the return and not Roman.
If
We
Brock,
need some. We need something to be unpredictable. You guys are all like Roman's coming back. I can't. I saw the comment section. Roman's coming back. Roman's coming back. Roman's coming back. If Roman doesn't come back, then you have a riot. But if Brock returns, then no one's going to even think about the Roman.
If Brock comes back, we will know you as a prophet. You did right. I'm catching you up, and you come in a Hail Mary Detroit Lion game with this Hail Mary that Brock Lesnar's coming back. If he comes, clip this, people. If he comes back, DJ Pest is an official prophet of the IWC. Put a fucking Infinity Stone next to his name. That's it.
That's how we're gonna end this, because I'm telling you, the bookmark is gonna go crazy. I would pin that tweet, pin this Instagram reel to the top of every social media page if I hear that guitar riff and Brock comes out just straight Super Saiyan and just does his thing.
Hey,
So that's the only place Gunther can go.
I'm the defense. I'm trying to intercept your Hail Mary. Okay? Because I gave you 3 reasons why it can't happen. So,
Okay.
but make this Hail Mary, I will gladly shake your hand at the 50-yard line.
Okay.
I guess I'm the Bears, I guess. I don't, yeah.
maybe Green Bay.
Okay.
Green Bay.
Right now.
Yeah, us and the Bears really aren't as bad as they used to be, but Green Bay, we'll give you Green Bay.
With the white helmet right now. I'm trying to intercept your Hail Mary. So yeah, let's see what happens. Hail Mary, let's go.